Okay, welcome back, my dear students. So we are discussing stress-strain relations. Okay, so before we derive the stress-strain relations, we assume the material we have taken, we consider it as a linear elastic material and isotropic material. So when the material is linear elastic material, Hooke's laws will be applicable.
Sir, once again explain stress-strain relation.
Stress-strain relations are. So stress-strain relations is nothing but stresses are in the functions of strain components. But actually, so we don't have direct relations. So stress is equal to function of strain component. We need to derive them by using Hooke's laws. So Hooke's law relation. Through the Hooke's law, we derive the stress-strain relations. So that's
Sir,
why
voice clear, sir.
Voice is not clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Stress strain relations ni mano stress is equal to strain. Stress is equal to strain lo mano relations మాట్లాడాలి. But Hooke's law relations ఏం చెప్తాయి అంటే so strain is equal to in terms of stress components లో ఉంటాయి. In terms of stress components and elastic constants mu and Young's modulus E. Okay. సో మనం ఇక్కడ మెటీరియల్ని ఎలా తీసుకుంటామంటే the material is defined within the elastic limit అండ్ ఐసోట్రోపిక్ మెటీరియల్ అని తీసుకున్నప్పుడు మనకి ఊక్స్లా రిలేషన్స్ అవి అప్లికబుల్ అవుతాయి. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఊక్స్లా రిలేషన్స్, 6 ఊక్స్లా రిలేషన్స్. ఓకే అండి. సో ఇవి మీరు సాలిడ్ మెకానిక్స్లో నేర్చుకున్నవే, ఇవి కొత్తగా ఏమి కాదు ఇవి. ఓకే అండి. 3 నార్మల్ స్ట్రెయిన్ కాంపోనెంట్స్, 3 shear strain components. So in shear strain component, so there is a elastic constant G, which is known as shear modulus or modulus of rigidity. Modulus of rigidity. So this G is equal to E by 2 into 1 plus mu. Okay. So these relations you have learned in solid mechanics subject. Okay. So from Ooksla relations, so some of the normal strain components, epsilon x plus epsilon y plus epsilon z. So which is known as, this is actually it is known as volumetric strain, epsilon v. So volumetric strain is equal to epsilon x plus epsilon y plus epsilon z is equal to, so this 1 minus 2 mu by E sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z. So which is obtained from these three relations, first three relations. Okay. So now, so let us derive the stress strain relations. Okay. So first, let us find the sigma x in terms of strain components. So sigma x normal stress component in terms of strain component. So from Ooksla relation, so this is the volumetric strain. So this sigma y plus sigma z is equal to, so from this relation, sigma y plus sigma z is equal to, so E by 1 minus 2 mu epsilon x plus epsilon y plus epsilon z minus sigma x. Okay. So substituting this relation in this below equation. So this is first Ooksla relation. So if you substitute this sigma y plus sigma z in this equation and simplify it, sigma x by sigma y is this one. Epsilon x plus mu by 1 minus 2. If you simplify, so finally, so you will get the normal stress component sigma x. So is equal to E by, this is elastic constant. Okay. So this is the normal stress component x. So similarly, sigma y. So this is the relation. So elastic constant is same. So E by 1 plus mu into 1 minus 2 mu. So but inside this bracket, so mu epsilon x 1 minus mu into epsilon y plus mu epsilon z. So here in this 1 minus mu into epsilon x, mu into epsilon y plus epsilon z. So sigma z, so elastic constant into mu into epsilon x plus epsilon y plus 1 minus mu epsilon y. So equation 1, 2, 3. Okay. So next, shear stress components. So gamma xy is equal to gamma xy into G. So where G, E by 2 into 1 plus mu gamma xy. Okay. So this V by 1 plus mu into 1 minus 2, it is same as this elastic constant. Okay, so into 1 minus 2 mu by 2 gamma xl. So this is inside the bracket. So let us take this as fourth equation. So similarly, tau iz, elastic constant into 1 by 2 minus mu. So 1 by 2 minus mu. This is also mu. Okay. So this is fifth equation. Tau zx 1 by 2 mu, 1 by 2 minus mu, gamma zx. Sixth equation. So if we write these 6 equations in matrix form, so in matrix form, if you write those equations in matrix form, so this is the general form of stress strain relation for 3D element. So sigma, bold sigma, it is a, I mean, dark ga కనపడుతుంది చూడండి, sigma is the dark. This notation it represents the column matrix. Okay, so it consists of 6 independent stress components in the column matrix. Okay, and is equal to d into d matrix into epsilon strain matrix. Okay, so where d is the 6 by 6 material matrix. It is also a symmetric matrix. D matrix is also a symmetric matrix. Okay, so 6 by 6. So in this matrix, in this D matrix, so it consists only elastic constants, Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio. Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio only in this matrix, the elements. So this D matrix, it is also a material constant matrix. It is also known as material constant matrix. Okay. So this sigma matrix is column matrix. So first 3 are normal strain components. So next 3 are shear components. So similarly, strain matrix also same. First 3 normal strains, next 3 shear strains. Okay. So this is stress strain relation for 3D element. For 3D element. Okay. So you know stress strain relation for 1D element. It is simply sigma is equal to Young's modulus into strain. Okay. So for example, so 1D element, so it has in x direction we are applying the forces. So in x direction only, so stresses are developed. So therefore, so sigma x is equal to Young's modulus into strain epsilon x. So here the material matrix D is the Young's modulus only. Okay, so here in one-dimensional case, so there is no influence of Poisson's ratio. So Poisson's ratio eppudi influence avutante 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional Poisson's ratio influence avutundi. Okay, so this is stress strain relations for one-dimensional problems. So stress strain relations for 2-dimensional problems. So 2-dimensional problems are modeled as plane stress problems, plane strain problems. Okay, plane stress, plane strain. So what is plane stress? So it is actually plane stress. It is also called plane stress theory or plane stress conditions. Okay, so in this theory, in this plane stress theory, so there are assumptions of the body or there are loading conditions. So based on that, so we define the plane stress theory. Okay, so in plane stress theory, what are the assumptions of the body? So as we defined in the previous classes, so in this plane stress theory, the body shape should be, so one dimension of the body is very small compared to other two dimensions. Okay, compared to other. So in this plane stress theory, so bodies are sheet-like, sheet, sheet-like or plate-like bodies. Okay. So next, what are the loading conditions in this theory? So here, loads are applied perpendicular to the z direction or along to the plane. So I mean, so loads are applied on the edge of the body. So that is known as, so on the thickness of the body. Okay. So for example, so if you see, so this is a washer. So this is a washer. Okay. So this washer, it is tightly fitted on the cylindrical shaft. Cylindrical shaft, tightly fitted on the cylindrical. So when it is tightly fitted on the cylindrical shaft, so the inside surface of this washer is subjected by pressure. So contact pressure. So that contact pressure acts radially outwards on the walls of the inside of the washer. Okay. So this pressure, it is acting, actually it is acting on the thickness of the washer. It is acting on the thickness of the, so normal. So in the side view, so this is side view of the washer. See, pressure direction, it is perpendicular to thickness of the washer. So where, so this pressure perpendicular to thickness of the pressure, thickness of the object. So obviously, so this pressure perpendicular to z direction. Okay. So this is the loading condition. So here also in plane stress theory, so we assume the material is linearly elastic material and isotropic material. So Hooke's law relations for two-dimensional plane stress theory. So this is normal strain component in x direction, sigma x by E minus mu into sigma y by E. So in this plane stress theory, ఇందాక చెప్పుకున్నట్టుగా లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో డిస్కస్ చేసుకోండి. So in the direction of z axis, so there is no force. So when there is no force, so these are the stress components will be 0. Sigma z0, tau xz0, tau yz0. Okay, so therefore, so Hooke's laws for 3D element can be reduced to 2D element. So like this relation, epsilon x sigma x by E minus mu sigma y by E. So epsilon y. So gamma xy g tau xy by g. So tau xy by g, gamma xy is equal to tau x by g. Okay, g is equal to E by 2 into 1 plus mu. So even, so in this theory, even sigma z is equal to 0, but sigma epsilon z not equal to 0. So ఇక్కడ sigma z 0 అయినా సరే, strain in z direction, normal strain in z direction not equal to 0. So this normal strain, it depends on stress component sigma x and sigma y. Okay, so therefore epsilon z is equal to minus mu by E sigma x plus sigma y. Okay. Okay, these are strain stress relations. Hooke's law relations are strain stress relations, but we want stress strain relations for plane stress theory. So So these are the Hooke's law relations for 2D element in x and y direction. And from equation 2, sigma y by e is equal to epsilon y plus mu sigma x by e. So substituting equation 3, this equation 3 in equation 1. So so epsilon x is equal to this one. You simplify it. So finally, stress component sigma x is equal to E by 1 minus mu square epsilon x plus mu into epsilon y. So let us assume this is equation 4. So similarly, in y direction, so E by 1 minus mu square. So elastic constant same, mu into epsilon x plus epsilon y, equation 5. So tau xy, E by 2 into 1 plus mu gamma xy, equation 6. So writing equations 4, 5 and 6 in matrix form. Sigma x, sigma y, tau xy in matrix form. So this is a stress vector in two-dimensional plane stress theory. In two-dimensional plane stress, this is stress vector. So E by 1 minus mu square into 1 mu 0 mu 1 0 0 0 1 minus mu by 2 into matrix strain matrix epsilon x epsilon y gamma x. Okay, I forgot to write this strain vector in this matrix form. So again, so this is known as this elastic constant matrix. So again, this is called D matrix. In plane stress theory or in two-dimensional problems, the D matrix is 3 by 3 matrix. 3 by 3 matrix. Okay. So general form of stress strain relation for two-dimensional model, sigma is equal to sigma matrix is equal to D matrix into strain matrix. Okay. Okay, this is the stress strain relation in plane stress theory. In plane stress. So plane strain. So this is another case in two-dimensional stress strain relations. So again, this is plane strain theory. This is also called a theory in two-dimensional problems. So in this theory, the body is defined as one dimension. So one dimension of the body is very large compared to its cross section. So long body of uniform cross section. So that cross section is uniform throughout the length of the body. So in plane strain theory, so one dimension of the body is very long. Okay, and its cross section is uniform throughout its length. Okay, that is the assumption of body. And so what are the loading conditions? Loading conditions on this body. So here we apply the loads transverse to the along its length. Transverse, we are applying the transverse loads. So transverse loads means perpendicular to the longitudinal length of the body. Perpendicular to longitudinal length of the body. Okay. So example of this plane strain body is dam. So dam is one of the example in plane strain body. The other examples, so in simple case, a pipe which is used to transport the steam. So this is a steam pipe. So through which steam is passing. Okay. So the pipe length, it is very long. It is very long. Its cross section is uniform throughout the length of the pipe. Throughout the length. So when the pressure passing, when the steam is passing through this inside of the pipe, so the steam pressure which is acting on the inside surface of the pipe, so perpendicular to, so this z axis. So we keep the length of the pipe in z direction. Okay. So perpendicular to this z direction, so the loads are applied. That kind of loads are known as transverse loads. So now you consider small element on this pipe. So this is a small element on pipe. Okay. So thickness, its thickness is DT or not T. Okay. So this small piece, it is completely constrained by the adjacent material of the pipe. So when it is completely constrained with the adjacent of the adjacent material of the pipe, so in the z direction, so in the z direction there is no strains or no deformation. In z direction, that element is not having any deformation. So when there is no deformation in z direction, the respective strain components will become 0. So the strain components in z direction, normal strain component in z direction epsilon z is equal to 0. So gamma yz is equal to 0, gamma xz is equal to 0. ఇక్కడ మన మీరు comparison, when you compare with the plane stress theory and with the plane strain theory. So in plane stress theory, so based on stress components, some of the stress components 0 when there is no force in z direction. So here, when there is no deformation in z direction, so sum of strain components will become 0 in plane strain theory. Okay. So when these components are 0, so at home you derive the relations between stress and strain components. Okay, in plane strain theory, you try it. So like this, you try for plane strain stress strain relation. So this is the stress strain relation in plane strain theory. Okay, sigma x, sigma y is tau xy. So E by 1 plus mu into 1 minus 2 mu. So 1 minus mu, mu 0, mu 1 minus mu 0, 0, 0, 1 by 2 minus mu, epsilon x, epsilon y, gamma x. Okay, so this is D matrix, which is different from D matrix in plane stress theory. So this is D matrix in, so this is D matrix. Okay. మీరు ట్రై చేయండి అమ్మా ప్లేన్ స్ట్రైన్ ఈ రిలేషన్స్ ఎలా వచ్చినాయి అన్నది. సో నేను పైన ప్లేన్ స్ట్రెస్కి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసినట్లు ఈ విధంగా మీరు ట్రై చేయండి. నెక్స్ట్ మీకు ఈ మెటీరియల్ మీకు వాట్సాప్లో షేర్ చేస్తాను, మీరు అందరూ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ వరకు మనం సో డిఫరెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ నేర్చుకున్నాండి. ఏంటవి? ఈక్విలిబ్రియం ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఫర్ 3 dimensional బాడీ, ఈక్విలిబ్రియం ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఫర్ 2 dimensional, 1 dimensional, stress strain relations for 3 dimensional, for plane stress, for plane strain, for 1 dimensional. ఓకే, సో వీటి మీద కొన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇక్కడ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడం జరిగింది. సో ఏ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఆన్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రెయిన్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ రిలేషన్. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, if displacements are given or deformations are given, so in the functions of x and y, so u in the function of x and y, v in the function of x and y, so deformations, so determine, you will be asked strain components epsilon x, epsilon y, gamma xy. So at the point x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0, at this point, so what are the values of, what are the magnitude of these components? Okay, so you know strain displacement relation, epsilon x is equal to dou u by dou x. So u with respect to x only, partial differentiation only. So you consider in this function y terms are constant terms in this equation. So if you differentiate, so minus 2x plus 6y into 10 to the power of minus 4. So at point x equal to 1, y is equal to 0. So this is the epsilon x value. So epsilon y, so the relation for epsilon y, so dou v by dou y. So v is the function in x and y. So differentiate that function with respect to y. So this is the 6 minus 2y into 10 to the power of minus 4. So at point 1, 0, so this is the epsilon y value. So gamma xy, so gamma xy relation is, so dou u by dou y plus dou v by dou x. Okay, u with respect to y, so normal strain in x direction, u with respect to x only. So in shear strain, u with respect to y on xy plane plus dou v by dou l, v with respect to x. So 4y plus 6x after differentiation, 4y plus 6x plus 3 into 10 to the power of 9. So therefore gamma xy at point 1, 0, so this is the value. So like this, you expect problems in end examination. Next, so problems on the concept of plane stress and plane strain theory. Okay, so again, here the displacement field is given, u in the function of x and y, v in the function of x and y. So determine state of stress in plane stress theory. So Young's modulus is given, Poisson's ratio is given 0.3. So at point x equal to 1 and y is equal to 1. So this is the, according to plane stress theory, this is the state of stress equation. Stress matrix is equal to D matrix into strain matrix. So substitute elastic constant values, 30 into 10 to the power of 6, 1 minus Poisson's ratio 0.3 whole square. And so here epsilon x, epsilon y, gamma xy values నేను డైరెక్ట్గా ఆ వాల్యూస్ నేను క్యాల్కులేట్ చేసుకుని ఇక్కడ తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. 21, 1, -1. సో మీరు ఈ ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్, ఎప్సిలాన్ వై, గామా xy ఈ వాల్యూస్ మీరు ఈ పై విధంగా ఈ ప్రాబ్లంలో చెప్పిన విధంగా మీరు క్యాల్కులేట్ చేసుకోవాలండి. సో అవి మీరు ఇంటికడ క్యాల్కులేట్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకే, so finally the state of stress in plane stress theory. So this is the values. Sigma x is equal to 702 into 10 to the power of 6, 248 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton per mm square. Shear stress minus 11.5 into 10 to the power of 6. Okay. So ఈ విధంగా ప్లేన్ స్ట్రెస్ థియరీ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ వస్తే ఈక్వేషన్ ఇది తీసుకుని చేసుకోవాలి. సో నెక్స్ట్, in a plane strain problem, okay, in a plane strain problem, So we have sigma x value, sigma y value, Young's modulus, Poisson's ratio. Okay, so determine the value of the stress. So just you find the sigma x. ఇక్కడ మనం ఒక పాయింట్ మర్చిపోయండి. ప్లేన్ స్ట్రెయిన్ లో, సో ప్లేన్ స్ట్రెస్ లో ఎలా అయితే ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0, ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0, ఇది ప్లేన్ స్ట్రెస్ లో అండి. ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 ఇన్ ప్లేన్ స్ట్రెస్. సో ఇన్ ప్లేన్ స్ట్రెయిన్ sigma z not equal to 0. Okay, in plane strain, sigma z not equal to 0. Even epsilon z is equal to 0. Strain in z direction, epsilon z is equal to 0. So sigma z not equal to 0. So according to plane strain theory, sigma z is equal to, this is the relation. Okay. So substitute Poisson's ratio 0.3, sigma x 20 kilonewton per meter square. So 20,000 minus 10,000. So equal to 3000 Newton per meter square. So these are the expected questions and problems from the above concepts. From the above concepts. So this is one kind of, for isotropic materials, the stress strain relations can also be expressed using Lami's constants, lambda and mu. Okay, అక్కడ మన పైన ఎలాస్టిక్ కాన్స్టెంట్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకుని స్ట్రెస్ స్ట్రెయిన్ రిలేషన్స్ డిస్కస్ చేయడం జరిగింది. సో ఇన్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ స్ట్రెస్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ లామిస్ కాన్స్టెంట్స్ లాంబ్డా అండ్ మ్యూ. సో వీటి ద్వారా ఎలాగ, సో ఇది రిలేషన్స్ ఇచ్చేసాడు, రిలేషన్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయని ఇచ్చాడు. బట్ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఈజ్ యూ ఫైండ్ లాంబ్డా అండ్ మ్యూ టర్మ్స్ in terms of elastic constants, Young's modulus and mu. So find expressions for lambda and mu in terms of E and mu. So next question, explain the terms plane stress and plane strain problems. Plane stress and plane strain give constitute laws for these cases. So పైన చెప్పిన విధంగా plane stress theory, plane strain theory. అందులో బాడీ అజంప్షన్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద బాడీ అజంప్షన్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద లోడింగ్ కండిషన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డిస్కస్, అండ్ అలాంగ్ విత్ దట్ సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఫార్ములేట్ ద ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఫర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్. సో థర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్, సో కన్సిడర్ ద రాడ్ షోన్ ఇన్ ఫిగర్, సో వేర్ ద స్ట్రెయిన్ at any point x is given, so strain in the function of x అండి. సో ఇక్కడ ఈ ప్రాబ్లంలో స్ట్రెయిన్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఈస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ గివెన్ ఇన్ ద ఫంక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్. సో వాట్ హీ హాస్, ఫైండ్ ద టిప్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ డెల్టా. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఫర్ displacement or deformation delta at the tip? So at the tip, that is the expression for displacement. So next, find D matrix using the generalized Hooke's law relation for 3D element. So find చెప్పుకున్న ఫస్ట్ స్ట్రెస్ స్ట్రెయిన్ రిలేషన్స్ లో మనం ఫస్ట్ 3D ఎలిమెంట్కి తీసుకున్నాం చూడండి, అదే డెరివేషన్ని ఈ క్వశ్చన్కి ఆన్సర్ చేయవలసి వస్తుంది. సో హూక్స్ లా రిలేషన్స్ తీసుకుని మనం డి మ్యాట్రిక్స్ని డెరైవ్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ టుడేస్ క్లాస్. So do you have any doubts? Please ask. Any doubts ఉంటే అడగండి. Unmute yourself. ask your doubts. $319. ఏం డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయండి?
లేవు సార్.
ఏంటి నీకు లేవా? ఓకే, మనకి ఇంకా 10 minutes టైం ఉంది.
లేవు సార్.
10 minutes టైం ఉంది. 10 minutes డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి.
సార్ పీడిఎఫ్ వాట్సాప్లో షేర్ చేయండి సార్.
డెఫినెట్గా. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఏదైతే ఈ క్లాస్లో మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశానో అది మీకు ఈ వాట్సాప్లో షేర్ చేస్తాను. మీరు చూసుకోండి, డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి చూసుకోండి. ఓకే, ఈ క్వశ్చన్కి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పండి అమ్మా. మీరు డౌట్స్ ఎలా అడగట్లేదు. సో ఎవరైనా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఉంటే ఈ క్వశ్చన్కి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పండి. థర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్కి ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 + 2x². సో అది డిఫార్మేషన్ ఇన్ ఎక్స్ డైరెక్షన్ అడిగాడు. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద రిలేషన్? ఏమా ఆ ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి రిలేషన్ ఏంటి? ఉన్నారా లేరా? హలో రాంబాబు.
సార్ ఉన్నాను సార్.
కిషోర్
సార్ ఉన్నాను సార్.
ఆ థర్డ్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది చూడండి. ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్ ఇస్ గివెన్, సో 1 + 2x². Okay, so at the end of the rod we have to find the deformation u ని find out చేయాలి. ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు u/x. ఓకే, ఏం చేయాలి?
ఇంటిగ్రేటింగ్ ఆన్ బోత్.
Yes, you take integration on both sides of the
ఒకసారి ఫస్ట్ నుంచి చెప్పండి సార్, అర్థం కాలేదు. ఫస్ట్ నుంచి చెప్పండి సార్, అర్థం కాలేదు.
ఎవరది? ఓకే, సో ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్ ఇచ్చాడండి ఆ ప్రాబ్లంలో. ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎక్స్ ఇచ్చాడు, ఫంక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ 1 + 2x². ఓకే, అడు at the end of the rod ఈ పాయింట్ లో ఎంత డిఫార్మేషన్ ఎక్స్ డైరెక్షన్ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఎంత డిఫార్మేషన్ అయ్యింది, సో దాన్ని ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ లో చెప్పమంటున్నాడు. సో జస్ట్ యూ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ ఎప్సిలాన్ xx. ఓకే, సో ఇంటిగ్రల్ 1 + 2x². So integral 1 + 2x² dx. Okay, so x plus 2x³ / 3. 2x³ / 3. So deformation u is equal to x plus 2x³ / 3. So at the end of the tip, so that means u at x is equal to L. So simply substitute L in this equation. L plus 2L³ / 3. ఓకే, ఒక టిప్ దగ్గర అడిగాడు కాబట్టి మనం L సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయవలసి వచ్చింది. సో అదర్వైజ్ ఒక జనరల్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఎక్సెల్ లో చెప్పమంటే డిఫార్మేషన్ ని సో u is equal to x plus 2x by 3. ఎం కిషోర్ అర్థమైందా?
సార్ అర్థమైంది సార్.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sir.